Hello everybody, welcome to my channel.
Thandie Newton, Biography. Thandie Newton, born Melanie Thandiwe Newton on November 6, 1972, in London, England, is a British actress known for her intelligence, emotional depth, and powerful performances across film and television. Over her decades-long career, she has become one of the most respected actresses in the industry, admired for both her artistry and activism. Early life and education. Thandie Newton was born to a British father, Nick Newton, an English laboratory technician and artist, and a Zimbabwean mother, Nyasha Newton, a princess of the Shona people who worked as a healthcare professional. Newton spent part of her early childhood in Zambia, where her parents worked, before the family returned to the United Kingdom after political unrest. Growing up in Cornwall, she often faced racial prejudice, which deeply shaped her sense of identity and later informed her activism and career choices. She attended Downing College, University of Cambridge, where she earned a degree in social anthropology. Her academic background gave her a profound understanding of culture, race, and human behavior, elements she would later bring into her roles on screen. Career beginnings. Newton's acting career began at the age of 16, when she was cast in the Australian film, Flirting, 1991, alongside Nicole Kidman. Her performance earned attention, and she soon transitioned into more prominent roles in Hollywood. In 1994, she appeared in Interview with the Vampire, acting opposite Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, and in 1995, she starred in Jefferson in Paris as Sally Hemings, the enslaved woman in Thomas Jefferson's household, a role that demonstrated her courage in tackling complex and challenging material. Breakthrough and success. Her breakthrough came with Beloved, 1998, directed by Jonathan Demme and produced by Oprah Winfrey. Newton's haunting portrayal of Beloved, a young woman embodying the trauma of slavery, earned critical acclaim for its emotional intensity. In 2000, she gained international fame as Nya Nordhoff Hall in Mission: Impossible 2 Inches, starring alongside Tom Cruise. The film's global success established her as a leading actress in Hollywood action films. Over the next decade, Newton delivered a series of compelling performances in films such as The Truth About Charlie, 2002, Crash, 2004. Her role as Christine Thayer earned her a BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actress, as well as widespread critical praise. The Pursuit of Happiness, 2006, with Will Smith, Norbit, 2007, and Rock'n'Rolla, 2008, television stardom and later work in 2016. Newton took on one of her most iconic roles to date, Maeve Millay in HBO's acclaimed series, Westworld. Her portrayal of the self-aware android earned her multiple Emmy nominations and a Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series in 2018. Her performance was celebrated for its emotional power, strength, and philosophical depth. She later starred in films and series such as Solo, A Star Wars Story, 2018, Reminiscence, 2021, God's Country, 2022. In 2021, she also made headlines for reclaiming the original spelling of her name, Thandiwe, which means beloved in Shona. She explained that the original spelling had been incorrectly listed early in her career and that she wanted to restore her true name and heritage. Activism and personal life. Thandiwe Newton is known for her outspoken activism and humanitarian work. She has been a vocal advocate for racial equality, women's rights, and environmental issues. She has also spoken courageously about her experiences with racism and sexual exploitation in the entertainment industry, helping to push for greater transparency and accountability in Hollywood. She was married to British writer and director O.L. Parker from 1998 to 2022, and they share 3 children, including actress Nico Parker. Legacy Thandiwe Newton is celebrated not only for her exceptional range and sensitivity as an actress but also for her authenticity, intellect, and moral courage. She continues to inspire with her dedication to her craft and her fearless advocacy for justice and representation. Awards and recognition throughout her career, Thandiwe Newton has earned widespread acclaim for her exceptional performances, winning numerous awards and nominations across film and television. Her performance in Crash, 2004, was one of her career's defining moments. For her role as Christine Thayer, a woman who experiences both trauma and transformation amid racial tension in Los Angeles, Newton won the BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actress and received multiple other accolades, including a Screen Actors Guild Award, shared with the ensemble cast. The film itself won the Academy Award for Best Picture, solidifying its cultural significance. Her portrayal of Maeve Millay in HBO's Westworld brought her even greater critical success. Newton's performance, blending intelligence, empathy, and rebellion, became one of television's most celebrated of the 2010s. She earned Primetime Emmy Award for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Drama Series, 2018, Critics' Choice Television Award for Best Supporting Actress, 2016, multiple Golden Globe and Screen Actors Guild nominations. Newton's ability to embody both vulnerability and strength in her characters has made her a favorite among critics and audiences alike. Artistry and acting style. Thandiwe Newton is known for her emotional precision and intellectual depth as an actress. She often portrays women who struggle for identity, autonomy, and truth in a world that tries to define them. Her performances are marked by a rare combination of grace and intensity. She can shift seamlessly from quiet introspection to fierce defiance. She has spoken in interviews about her approach to acting as a form of empathy and truth-telling. For Newton, the craft is not just about performance, but about exploring human consciousness, justice, and dignity. Her background in anthropology gives her a deep understanding of culture and psychology, which she often applies to her roles. Activism and advocacy. Beyond her work in entertainment, Thandiwe Newton is a committed activist. She has used her platform to address critical issues such as gender equality and sexual abuse. She was one of the early voices to speak publicly about the sexual exploitation of women in Hollywood, long before the #MeToo movement gained momentum. Racial justice. Newton has been outspoken about systemic racism and the lack of diversity in the film industry, calling for more opportunities and authentic representation for Black and mixed-race actors. Climate and social justice. She supports numerous humanitarian and environmental causes, including Amnesty International, Save the Children, and organizations supporting education for African girls. In 2019, she was honored with the OBE, Officer of the Order of the British Empire, for her contributions to film and charity. Personal life. Thandiwe married O.L. Parker, the British screenwriter and director known for The Best Exotic Marigold Hotel and Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again. In 1998, the couple separated in 2022 after nearly 24 years of marriage. They share 3 children. Ripley Parker, born 2000, a writer and activist. Nico Parker, born 2004, an actress who starred in Dumbo, 2019, and HBO's The Last of Us, 2023. Booker Parker, born 2014. Newton is known to be deeply family-oriented, often crediting motherhood with giving her a greater sense of purpose and perspective. Cultural impact and legacy. Thandiwe Newton's influence extends far beyond her screen work. She is widely respected as a trailblazer for women of color in Hollywood, consistently pushing for authenticity, equality, and truth in storytelling. Her decision to reclaim her birth name, Thandiwe, was not just symbolic, it reflected her lifelong journey toward reclaiming identity and representation. She has become a symbol of empowerment, particularly for women navigating spaces where they are often marginalized. Her combination of talent, intellect, and moral conviction continues to inspire a new generation of artists and activists. Recent and upcoming work. In recent years, Newton has continued to balance powerful performances with socially conscious projects. Some of her recent and upcoming works include God's Country, 2022, a tense neo-Western thriller in which she plays a grieving professor confronting racism and violence in rural America. The Assassin, upcoming, a historical thriller where Newton plays a strategic, morally complex figure set in a politically charged landscape. Continued involvement in documentary narration and advocacy projects, highlighting environmental and human rights issues. Thandiwe Newton remains one of the most thoughtful and influential actresses of her generation. Her career, marked by courage, artistry, and authenticity, reflects her enduring belief that storytelling has the power to change the world. Detailed career overview. Early career, 1990s. Thandiwe Newton's early career reflected both her ambition and her willingness to explore difficult, emotionally complex characters. Her debut role in Flirting, 1991, directed by John Dwigan, earned her early praise for her naturalism and screen presence. The film also featured a young Nicole Kidman and Mark Newton as a rising star. In Interview with the Vampire, 1994, she played Yvette, a housemaid in the Gothic world of Lestat and Lewis, a smaller but emotionally resonant role that demonstrated her ability to stand out even in large productions. Her portrayal of Sally Hemings in Jefferson in Paris, 1995, was one of her first truly challenging roles. It placed Newton at the center of a controversial historical story, as she portrayed the enslaved woman who bore Thomas Jefferson's children. Her nuanced performance drew critical attention to her talent and depth. In Beloved, 1998, adapted from Toni Morrison's Pulitzer Prize-winning novel, Newton delivered one of the most haunting performances of her career. As Beloved, a mysterious young woman embodying the spirit of slavery's trauma, she captured both innocence and terror with astonishing intensity. The film struggled commercially but was praised for its ambition, and Newton's performance remains one of her most powerful and memorable. Mainstream recognition, 2000s, Newton's international breakthrough came with Mission: Impossible 2, 2000. Directed by John Woo, playing Nya Nordhoff Hall, a skilled thief and the love interest of Tom Cruise's character, she brought elegance and intelligence to the role. Earning her first taste of major Hollywood fame, she continued to show range in smaller films, such as The Truth About Charlie, 2002, a modern remake of Charade, opposite Mark Wahlberg. Shade, 2003, a stylish crime drama. Her performance in Crash, 2004, was career-defining. The film tackled racism and social tensions in Los Angeles, and Newton's portrayal of Christine Thayer, a woman sexually assaulted by a police officer and forced to reconcile her trauma and identity, was widely regarded as the emotional core of the film. Her work earned her the BAFTA Award for Best Supporting Actress and made her a fixture in serious Hollywood dramas. She followed that with appearances in The Chronicles of Riddick, 2004, a science fiction epic opposite Vin Diesel, where she played the cunning and ambitious Dame Vaco. The Pursuit of Happiness, 2006, as Linda, the struggling wife of Will Smith's character, showing her ability to convey vulnerability and realism. Norbit 2007, showcasing her comedic side alongside Eddie Murphy. Rock'n'Rolla 2008, directed by Guy Ritchie, where she played a shrewd accountant entangled in the London criminal underworld. In W 2008, Oliver Stone's biopic of George W. Bush. Newton portrayed Condoleezza Rice, a transformation that impressed critics with its precision and subtle satire. Television stardom and artistic maturity, 2010s to 2020s. Though Newton had already built an impressive film resume, television elevated her to new heights. Her portrayal of Maeve Millay in HBO's Westworld, 2016 to 2022, remains one of her most acclaimed roles. Maeve, a sentient android, or host, who becomes self-aware and begins to question her programmed existence, allowed Newton to explore themes of consciousness, oppression, and freedom. Her performance combined physical strength with emotional vulnerability, earning her Primetime Emmy Award, 2018, Critics' Choice Television Award, 2016, Golden Globe nominations, 2017. 2018 SAG Award nominations. Newton's work on Westworld was also groundbreaking for representation. A woman of color at the center of one of the most intellectually ambitious series of its era. During this period, she appeared in Solo, a Star Wars story, 2018, as Val, becoming the first black woman to have a significant role in a Star Wars film. Gringo, 2018, a dark comedy with David Oyelowo and Charlize Theron. Reminiscence, 2021, a sci-fi romance opposite Hugh Jackman. God's Country, 2022, where she gave a raw, haunting performance as a professor confronting racism and isolation in the American West. Return to her roots and reclamation of identity. In 2021, Thandie officially reclaimed her birth name, Thandiwe, explaining that her original name had been misspelled without her consent early in her career. "That's my name. It's always been my name," she told British Vogue. The move symbolized her lifelong journey toward self-definition and pride in her African heritage. By restoring Thandiwe, meaning beloved in Shona, she reconnected with her Zimbabwean identity and her mother's cultural legacy. This act resonated deeply across the entertainment world as a statement of cultural reclamation and empowerment. Influence and legacy. Thandiwe Newton has consistently challenged stereotypes about race, gender, and power in Hollywood. She has become an icon of representation, resilience, and truth-telling. Her career choices often center on women who defy systems of control, whether human, societal, or technological. Her outspokenness has also made her a respected voice beyond acting. She regularly speaks at global forums and women's conferences, including the We Day UK and UN Women events, addressing
Bye bye. Thanks for watching. Bye.